Coming to the 10th house in astrology, 10th house is also known as the house of karma, meaning work. The work we do can also be called as karma. So, the 10th house plays a very significant role when it comes to the work we do or the way we work, the type of work we are suited for. The 10th house, the planets in the 10th house, or the Lord of 10th house play a very significant role in our lives, especially when it comes to work. So let's say if we want a promotion or we want to improve in our work, then 10th house combined with 11th house will be very good. So 10th house becomes a very strong signification whenever it comes to things related to work. It may be anything, promotion or change of work, it can be anything, but 10th, the signification of the 10th house becomes very important, and work is one of the main things controlled by the or signified or represented by the 10th house. Next, coming to recognition, if a person desires recognition or status or name in general, if a person wants to be seen or known by people, by a lot of people, and the person desires that their work gains recognition, especially when it comes to an artist, he would really like his paintings to gain recognition. Even if he doesn't want himself to gain recognition, he would want his work to gain recognition. That can be seen through the 10th house. And ambition, the type of ambition, the way or the ambition's fulfillment can be seen through the 10th house. Whenever I say can be seen through the 10th house, I refer to the planets sitting or situated in the 10th house and the Lord of 10th house. In every single house, this applies to every single house. And even there are other concepts like lords being conjunct with the other planets, or aspect or drishti of planets, which I'll go to after the houses. Many things matter. So fulfillment of ambition can be seen through the 10th and 11th house. 11 almost matters for all the things when you need some sort of fulfillment. Let's say 7th house shows the type of desire you might have and what you would want, and the 11th house shows whether your desire that is shown by the 7th house will be fulfilled or not. Now 10th house can show the type of ambition or the goal you might have in life, and 11th house will show whether that will be fulfilled or not. So the primary house to represent ambition or recognition would be the 10th house in the combination. So government related work or anything related to the government, fulfillment of let's say getting a job or government related activities, whether you have some documents you need to be processed by the government, all these, when these things are the necessary things that when these things are in question, then whenever it comes to government, 10th house becomes very important, because 10th house is the one house that completely rules the government or government related activities. Whether you want to gain a job, get a new job, or change of job, these things, especially even related to government, will be seen through the 10th house. The type of occupation that is suited for you, the way a person will work can be seen through the 10th house. Success in especially work and work related things can be seen through the 10th house. Promotion or just starting new project. If it is a good time to start a new project, 10th house would play a very significant role when it comes to these things. So success in work can be seen through 10th house. Authority, the type of authority or whether the person will be in an authoritative position or not can be seen. Status or rank of a person can be seen through the 10th house. It depends on the planets in the 10th house and the Lord and the condition of Lord. Yeah, that will dictate the status of that person, whether that person will be influential or not, and the level of rank the person may aspire to ascend to. Yeah, this also shows name, whether this person's name will remain, especially when it comes to legacy, which is so important for people. First, everyone's desire would be to gain money. Next, the fulfillment of desires through money, and after that is done, everyone focuses on legacy, where whether or not their name will be there even after they're gone, or whether their name is recognized or not. These things can be seen through the 10th house's condition. And death. Now, when it comes to death, there is a certain combination that shows a person's chance of not surviving. Let's say the person is going through a very difficult health condition, in a serious stage of cancer or something, and there if there is a combination being formed, and let's say some combination. I don't want to state the combination for that, that's why I'm not writing down the combination. To keep it simple, let's say a person has a very low chance of surviving. There, if 10th house, the number 10 is not present in the combination, that person will survive. So 10th house being there shows that this person's name is going to be erased, or whenever a person dies, right after the person's death, no one calls the person by no one calls the person's body or refers to the person's body by the person's name. Let's say a person named Rakesh expired, and the people around him, even his very close people like family, would also refer to Rakesh as body only after he's gone or his past. Here it shows the depth of the name. That's why 10th house becomes important, because in that combination, particular things like 1 shows our body, 12 shows loss, yeah, and 10 signifies the loss of name. So here 10th house becomes crucial when it comes to the combination of death and disease. Here, even in disease, 10th house plays a very significant role to see whether the person will get a very popular or well-known disease. If 8th house is present, the person may get a disease which is going to be very difficult to diagnose. And here, when it comes to 10th house, let's say 10th house is paired with 410 or 610, the person might have a strong strong effect of 6 and 10 or 4 and 10 to get a very popular disease. So disease can also be seen through the 10th house. Fame of a person, especially when it comes to celebrities, they will have some or the other influence of the 10th house. And since they desire fame so much, the 10th house plays a very crucial role there. Suppose someone has an afflicted 10th house, then the person's fame is also afflicted. So to keep it simple, if an actor aspires to be famous and his 10th house is very weak, he will have a very difficult time trying to gain fame. So yeah, fame is also seen through the 10th house. Power or authority, yeah, authority and power can also be seen through the 10th house. The type of power the person gains can also be seen through this house. So yeah, coming to power and authority, 10th house. Politics. If a person wants to enter into politics, 10th house is one of the very important houses, because whenever it comes to these certain fields, you can't completely just rely on one single house, like let's say 8th or 10th or first house. We can't completely rely on a single house. It will always be a combination of houses, because the person will require a combination of traits. Now let's say having a commanding first house will be good for a politician. Having a strong influence of 8th house or the 7th house will be very important, because the politician gets elected through the public, through the general public. So 7th house is important. Then coming to 8th house, that shows sudden gain of unearned income or unearned wealth. So 8th house also becomes important. 9th will also be very good if he has that in the particular phase going on. And 10th house is obviously very important, because 10th house shows the name and fame, or the type of authority the person will possess. So yeah, it's always a combination of these houses that will indicate whether this person is suited for a particular thing or not. So politics can also be seen through the 10th house. Coming to awards, now whether the person desires a lot of awards or not can also be seen through the 10th house. Whether the person will be awarded for his efforts, and whether the person will gain awards even though he did only a little bit of work, can also be seen through the 10th house. Now let's say a person had a 3-8-12 combination for half of his life, and for half of his life he had 3-8-12, and due to this combination, no matter how hard he tried in let's say sports or something, he would work let's say 100%, and the recognition or anything he would gain from that would be 5 to 10%. So let's say his next phase is showing 10th house and 11th house and no 12 or 8, for example, then the person would get a lot of recognition for very little amount of effort. So let's say he worked half of his life or his sports career, giving his 100%, and he gained only 5 to 10% in return. Next, after his 10 and 11 is active and no negative houses for this particular field is active, like 8 or 12, then the person, even though he gives only 5 to 20% of his effort, he will gain 80 to 100% result. So this house becomes very important whenever it comes to your work or your efforts being recognized. So yeah, even gaining awards can also be seen when 10th houses phase is going on, or whenever the phase any phase is going on. There's never going to be a single house in any phase, because almost all the planets signify more than 2 houses. Now let's say in a chart, moon, let's assume a chart where Cancer is the ascendant, and so moon would signify 1 naturally, because the Cancer zodiac sign is ruled by moon, and hence the moon will signify 1 because that is the lord of first house, and moon is situated in 9th house, let's assume. So here moon is showing both these houses, and let's say even moon was situated just in the first house, so moon would only show 1, but at the same time there are other concepts like nakshatra lord or sub lord. These things can also influence a planet's signification or what fruits the planet is bearing. So there is always going to be a combination of houses, and 10th house becomes a very crucial house whenever a person wants name, fame or recognition of his work or efforts in any field or anything. So 10th house is very important. Even when we see negative combinations like getting a very popular or a well-known disease, 10th house plays a crucial role there also. Let's say a person has 6 and 10, then we can assume that if the person 6 and 10 are not active, the person has a very high chance of getting a well known or a popular disease at this time. Depending on the planets, that type of disease may vary. Like Venus can show glucose related diseases, Saturn can show joints or bones related diseases. So yeah, and this can vary a lot. But overall, 10th house is one of the very important houses when it comes to recognition, name, fame, and work. 10th house is also called the house of karma. Karma translates to work, the work we do. Yeah, good karma shows good work, bad karma shows bad work. So, yeah, this is 10th house. Yeah.